Stoicism and breakups, letting go with dignity. Hello and welcome. Today we explore a deeply personal and universal experience, breakups, and how the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for navigating this pain with strength and dignity. Whether you are currently going through a breakup, recovering from one, or simply interested in applying Stoic principles to emotional hardship, this reflection will guide you through understanding, acceptance, and renewal. The universal nature of breakups. Breakups touch everyone, regardless of age, culture, or background. They are moments when the foundation of trust, companionship, and shared dreams shifts beneath our feet. The pain can feel overwhelming, and it's easy to lose sight of ourselves in the storm of emotions. But the Stoics remind us that pain is not the direct product of events, but the product of how we interpret them. Marcus Aurelius writes in his Meditations, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This means that the heartbreak itself is a neutral event, but the story we tell ourselves about it determines our suffering. This insight is not about ignoring or suppressing feelings, it is about reclaiming our power over our inner world. The Stoic view on control, Epictetus's key lesson. One of the pillars of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, was clear about this. Some things are up to us and some are not. Our opinions, aims, desires and aversions are up to us. But our body, possessions, reputation and public office are not. In the context of a breakup, the actions and feelings of the other person are outside your control. Their decision to leave or to change is not something you can command or influence directly. What is within your control is your reaction, your judgments, your efforts to heal, your attitude towards the experience. Recognizing this distinction is liberating. It redirects your energy from futile attempts to change the uncontrollable, to cultivating your inner resilience. This principle was practiced rigorously by Stoics in all areas of life. They focused on cultivating virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance as the true good, since virtue alone lies entirely within our control. Impermanence, the nature of change and loss. Life is in constant flux, and Stoicism teaches us to embrace this reality. Seneca reminds us, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Relationships, like all things, change and eventually end. To hold on to something destined to change is to invite suffering. We often grieve not only the loss of the person, but also the loss of a future we imagined with them. Marcus Aurelius reflects, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This helps us focus on the present moment and accept that endings are a natural part of life's cycle. Accepting impermanence allows us to appreciate relationships fully while they last, without clinging or denial. Cultivating inner dignity and self-respect. When a relationship ends, it is natural to question our own worth. But Stoicism reminds us that our worth is intrinsic and unshaken by external events. Marcus Aurelius writes, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Our value is grounded in our character, not our circumstances." Even in heartbreak, we can choose to act virtuously, showing kindness to ourselves and others, maintaining honesty, and practicing self-control. Seneca advises, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." Sometimes a breakup is a painful but necessary step towards being with people who uplift our growth. Through it all, we must treat ourselves with the same compassion and respect we'd offer a dear friend. Emotional management. Stoic rationality in practice. Emotions after a breakup can be intense and confusing. The Stoics do not advocate cold detachment, but wise engagement with emotions. Epictetus teaches, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." We can learn to observe our feelings without being overwhelmed. Rather than reacting impulsively to anger or sorrow, we pause, reflect, and remind ourselves that emotions are transient impressions, not permanent realities. Marcus Aurelius suggests journaling as a way to reflect on troubling emotions and gain clarity, something you can practice daily to understand your feelings deeply without becoming captive to them. The role of fate and acceptance. Stoicism's concept of amor fati, love of fate, invites us to embrace whatever happens, good or bad, as necessary and meaningful. Marcus Aurelius advises, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." Breakups, difficult as they are part of the natural order. Fighting fate only prolongs suffering. Instead, loving fully and then letting go gracefully honors both the relationship and your own peace. Practical Stoic exercises for healing. Here are some Stoic practices you can adopt to help heal. Negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. Regularly imagine potential hardships, including loss. This prepares the mind, so when pain comes, it strikes with less surprise and less turmoil. Journaling. Write daily reflections on your thoughts and feelings. Challenge irrational beliefs and replace them with reasoned perspectives. Focus on virtue. Each day set intentions to practice kindness, courage, patience, and wisdom. Measure your progress not by others' actions, but by your own moral growth. Mindful detachment. Practice observing emotions without immediate reaction. Let sadness or anger come, acknowledge them, then gently redirect your focus. The Stoic ideal, moving forward with strength. Ultimately, Stoicism doesn't promise to remove pain but to transform it. By working with nature, reason, and virtue, you turn suffering into a stepping stone for growth. Seneca reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Breakups are painful, but also opportunities to become stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. In embracing Stoicism during heartbreak, you reclaim your power, restore your peace, and uphold your dignity. You learn to love deeply, to let go wisely, and to move forward courageously. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. May these Stoic principles serve you well, helping you let go with dignity and live fully once again.